Today, USA newspaper presenting latest breaking news. Senate Republican leadership press briefing. Senator Steve Daines, Republican Montana, showcased. He was signed to direct Migrants and what he said about immigrants. Share CBP1 app. How this works. Complete information he shared in his press briefing about CBP1 app. Let's take a look. Senator Steve Daines started his press briefing like that. He said, "The American people know that if you head to the airport, you want to jump on a flight here in the United States, you bring a valid form of ID. I always use my Montana driver's license. I imagine some of you, maybe it's even happened to yourself. You show up at the airport, run a little late, might have forgotten an ID back home. You don't try to enter through TSA to get to the terminal because you know you'll be turned back without a valid form of ID. That's great news for people who want migrants in the United States. Here is the app link." Senator Steve Daines shared about CBP1 app. Then Senator Steve Daines shared about the showcase, which was he signed. He said, "This is an actual sign that's popped up at the Delta terminal, the Miami airport. Instructions for illegal to use their CBP1 app. That's the Customs Border Patrol app at TSA checkpoints as a valid form of ID to board a plane in the United States." For those who don't know the CBP1 app, Steve Dainesprovides appointments for migrants who are claiming asylum at the border. Migrants, particularly those wanted for crimes, can fill in any basic information they want in the app and be let into the country. The goal was to, and I quote, "validate adult non-U.S. citizen travel documentation when the traveler does not otherwise have an acceptable form of identification." However, it also notes that photos are optional. It says that multiple times. It says it can provide biographical information if requested, but notes that information is not stored again multiple times. How is this? Even serious illegals coming to the United States from countries. Senator Steve Daines said, "Those are designated state sponsors of terror and on the terror watch list can use this process." Americans, think about this for a moment. We as Americans are going to be forced to acquire a real ID by May of 2025, or you or anybody else here. I will be barred from boarding a flight in the United States. How in the world can we justify this when illegal immigrants are allowed to board planes with unverifiable information they filled out on an app? The administration, the Senate Democrats say they are concerned about the southern border, but their actions prove otherwise. It's time to get serious.